Now today I have something very interesting to show you. I saw this and I didn't really know what it was, so I had to pick it up. And the more I looked over it, the more weird it was. It's called a... what was it? It was a Elektor Junior? One second. It's called the Junior, but... there's nothing junior about it. I'd hate to see the senior version of this. But this thing is incredibly, incredibly heavy. Now you can take a look around it, and it's... first thing you can see, it has some very weird sockets. It's got what I believe is a lubrication point. See if you can guess what this thing is so far. Looks like a bit of transoceanic luggage. But that speaker, yeah, that's a speaker. I thought that was a fan at first. That's a speaker. So if you haven't guessed already, this is, and everything about this thing is just weird. Like, look at the mechanism to unlock that. It's just so complicated. And there's two of those around the whole thing. There's another one on this side. And this entire piece comes off. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, you gotta put this down first. And then this comes out like that. And now we have what it looks like on the front. There. It's called the Elektor Junior, and it is a sound film device. Now on the other side, this comes out, and this slides, you can just kind of put it there, and it is a speaker that you can have separately. You can just put it over here, or wherever, and connect it up through this port here. I'm not going to do that because it takes forever to wind up. Oh, actually, I think I'm going to have to. It's made by a German company called Photon, West Germany, because I believe this is from 1963. And everything about this device is just strange to me. Because, first off, even with the projector, when you think of a projector, you think of it having the two different reels on either side. Here's one. Now, I'm going to have to figure out how this works, because apparently I have to put a spring to go through this. But this piece goes... see, this piece goes up here. Then the second piece goes on top over here. So there, that's the projector now. It's a very almost Soviet looking device, very austere. It's heavy as all get out. It's completely made of steel. And the path this film takes is absurd. It goes from there all the way down, and look at this. Look at that. There's so many different things that has to go through. And is that a playhead? Is that a playhead right there? Now the weirdness keeps going, because I saw this thing. What is this? This just slides out of it. Anyone knows what it looks like, a syringe, but I believe it's a fuse. But I have absolutely no idea. I'm more for the design and looks of the machines than how they work. But then you got this little door down here that I just kind of shove everything that needs to be with it, and that's the spring that somehow has to go through these holes. I don't even ask. But look, there's a second bulb. So here's the main focusing thing. You've got the light in there, It's an absolutely massive one. Like, I have projectors. I have 2 different projectors. This is by far the largest projector bulb I've ever seen on a consumer device. And it slides out like that. But it is massive. So can you see more of the electronics? There's a tube amplifier, so you can see that it is, in fact... See, is that something back there? You can see that it does play audio. This is from 1963, if I didn't say that already. But look at the like, just like, almost like a funnel or something. And you can see the focusing thing there that goes into here. But if that's the focusing thing, then what does this bulb do? There's a focusing thing here too that goes into this, directly into this wheel. And there's just all sorts of strange... And the worst part is I can't plug in to see what this might be for the best, but I can't plug it in to see what it does because it's a Euro plug. This is certainly made for an overseas market, made in Western Germany. You've got this thing which plugs into this sine wave looking thing over here, and it goes to the speaker. So you have a piece of film that has some sort of, I guess, either optical or magnetic sound area that then gets read by this machine and played to the speaker, so it's like an all-in-one. But it's got so many fun dials. It's got that thing that does anything, but I don't think that's electric or anything. This thing doesn't move. I'm not gonna mess with it. You've got buttons. You got more buttons. What does that do? I have absolutely no idea. And then through all that, there's just this one little bitty fuse down here. If this blows, I would have no idea how to replace this. So I'm just gonna leave it be. But this is the Elektor Junior 16mm audio thing, and where I got it, it's got all these cute little diagrams the previous owner made for it. See, look at that. It's got the little... So here they're pointing to that. That goes with this thing. This big, long metal. And I believe it goes through this somehow. Oh my god! Well, that was easy. Okay, I've never done that before. That makes... Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I can wrap it around this flywheel up here. But I've seen online, the crazy thing is, this is just the rewind reel. 2 reels go, one on this side and one on this side. It goes from here, goes through all this stuff, goes to this thing, which then goes up to this thing, which then goes into this reel. So theoretically, you could play it just like this, with just one thing sticking up, and only need to put this thing in when you're rewinding it. But overall, it's just a very unusual machine. This might be something that's very well known in places outside the U.S. I might just be an ugly American with, no respect for cultures and whatnot, but this is very unique and new to me. And this thing looks absolutely amazing. So, you can have the speaker over here, and I believe once... Well, no, that doesn't make any sense. It would have had a microphone, apparently, that would have clipped to that. And look at this, ship's rope along the border. I thought that was... But this plugs in here, and that audio from this reel will go out to the speaker, and then the whole thing, this piece, would plug in to this. I'm not going to do that because it took forever to wind this up. And after all that, it's just got these blank wood things that you snap everything into. But here, this is the Elektor Junior projector.